Today I'm doing a full hydraulic fluid and filter change on my Kubota BX2360. The hour meter just hit 1,012 hours, and I missed the recommended 800-hour service interval by almost 200 hours. So we're going to drain it, we're going to replace the hydraulic filter, and clean the transmission strainer and see what's inside. If you own a Kubota BX, whether it's the BX2360 or the BX1860 or the BX2380, this procedure is almost identical. So your drain plug is going to be under the operator's right-hand side of the tractor at the rear. That's it right there, right in the center of the picture, that big 27 millimeter bolt. Takes a 27 millimeter socket. Once you loosen that, it's going to have about 3 gallons of fluid, so I'm going to get a bigger oil pan here. I also did not lift the dipstick yet because I want to exchange drain pans here soon. I want to cap that off and exchange pans here. Now, if you're sure you've got a big enough container under there, you can pull that dipstick up and it'll drain out a lot quicker and a lot smoother. And you need to put a thin layer of oil along this seal here. Just a thin layer of clean oil. While that's draining, look at your plug and make sure this washer is attached. That looks like it's about done draining. I'm using some filter pliers here. Well, there we go. Must have been hitting something up there. That wasn't on terribly tight. So once you get that loosened, like I said, make sure you got a pan under it. Here comes the oil. And what you want to do is just, see there's some grass and stuff up there. You want to carefully clean that out of there. You don't want to get that back in the system. Get it finger tight and then just use your 12 or your 27 millimeter socket to snug it up good. Once it makes contact, you want to go another half turn. A little tight in here. Now you're going to come back to the back of the tractor, get down here by the operator's left tire, and that's what we're looking for. All right, this here is the strainer, and it's held in there. There's no threads on it. It's not screwed into the machine. There's a a bracket or a clip or something here held in place by this 12mm bolt. And there will be oil come out of this too when you pull that strainer out, but you got to remove this clip here. That little clip. Now you will, there's an O-ring right here that, or inside there that seals that in there. So you got to carefully take a screwdriver and pry that open and pull it straight out. See if you can turn it a little bit. It won't. Pull it as far out as you can, and then you're going to have to carefully get a little pry bar in here. Just there it comes. See, there's an O-ring there. So now we're going to have to get the oil pan. All right, now just carefully pull that out. And let's have a look at it. So here's the strainer, and I am pleasantly surprised after looking at how dark the oil was.
Over time, hydraulic fluid breaks down. Dark fluid indicates breakdown. Regular hydraulic fluid and filter change and cleaning the HST strainer is important.
So it's not too bad. All right, yeah, just take some gum out or any carbon choke cleaner, brake cleaner. Don't use anything flammable.
The strainer only fits one way. Insert with the opening facing you. Push the strainer in until it clicks. Make sure the retainer bracket aligns with the strainer properly. Then tighten.
Okay, I'd like to put the Super UDT in it. The capacity on this is 3.1 gallons bone dry. And it's important you don't overfill it. So I'm going to assume there's some oil left in there. And you just fill it right where the dipstick is. And I'm probably going to put 2.5 gallons in it and check to see where it's at on the dipstick before I go any further. Okay, I've got about a quart shy of 3 gallons in there. And we're about a 1/4 inch up, so I'd say I can put, it says 3.1 in it, but that's the capacity. So I'm going to put the other quart in, and I think we'll be good. I might double check it, because you really don't want to overfill it, or you can, it can get hot and build up pressure and can cause some problems. Don't know if you can see that or not. We're just shy, maybe 1/8 of an inch shy at the top of that. I'd rather be there than over. But before we start the tractor, we're going to pop the dipstick up just a little bit. Leave it in there. Leave it in there, but just unseal it. Because this has just been changed. There's a lot of air pockets and air bubbles in the line, and you can damage your transmission if you run it too soon without getting circulating everywhere it needs to be. So now I'm going to start the tractor, run it a couple minutes at a medium throttle. I'm going to put it in neutral, and then I'm going to push that forward, and reverse pedal. I'll push it forward for maybe 5-10 seconds, hold it 5-10 seconds, do the reverse 5-10 seconds. Do that maybe 10 times in neutral.
Important, keep tractor in neutral.
Okay, I've not done this before, but I think it's a good idea. I just saw it on a video by Biff's Equipment. And he said he always, before he puts any load on it after going through all this here, he jacks up the back end to get the rear wheels off the ground. And then he'll do the same thing we just did in forward and reverse for a little bit to get that circulating good before you put any load on your transmission. So we're going to do that. In the past I never have, but it sounds like a good idea. If you do it, block it up good, make sure you're in 2-wheel drive, and just work that pedal back and forth like we just did.
Now shift to low range and repeat the bleeding process.
We also said put it in low here before you go into the pasture. That'll put even less load on it. Don't shift it to the turtle. We just want to work the forward and reverse.
Then repeat in high range.
Now we're going to remove the jacks and the jack and blocks and check the dipstick again. We're actually going to need probably add another cord. It's I don't even think it's shown on the dipstick. I can see it. I'd say another half quart maybe. It actually is just maybe a ½ inch from the top, and I think it'll go down when I keep running a little bit, so I'm going to go just a little bit more.